16th of January, 1996. We're in the home of Wade and Vivian Hayes. We have as guest Brother Willie Sam Eichner. And we have not planned this in detail. We don't have a written agenda to go by. We're going to just freelance or ad lib and talk as we see fit. But our subject matter has to do with a product called blue-green algae or Cell-Tech. And so I would open up the conversation like this and say to Willie Sam that I have noticed for the last few weeks that he has a healthier look about him. And of course, I'm sure that Willie Sam has a story to tell. I've heard it in part. But I'd like for him to explain some of the experiences he's had with Cell-Tech with respect to his health, if he would share, which he said he would. First of all, I would like to ask, though, I'd digress and ask, Willie Sam, is your wife using Cell-Tech as well as yourself?
She is now, Wade. She wasn't at first, but after she noticed what it did for me, she's taking it now.
How long has she been on it?
She's been on about a month.
About a month. Well, has she noticed any results at all noticeable to her?
Well, she didn't seem to notice as much as I did.
Okay,
I don't
well,
know whether there's a difference in men or women, but she has improved.
Made some improvement. But
yeah.
I think you can make improvement even though it's not always obvious and noticeable. But I have seen an improvement in your general health as far as looks go. You know, the skin is an outward expression of inner health to a degree anyway. And so your bags around your eyes decrease, or you look a little brighter or sharper or something whenever you get on a better program, start losing weight, etc. Okay, now we come to, later on, I'm going to, I'll acquaint you with what little experience I've had with blue-green algae. Well, I guess it was maybe 20 years ago. We learned about it, and we started taking the product, and I heard a lot of testimonials. I have them on tape, and a lot of them have on written testimonials of how it helped them, percentage-wise, on different ailments and conditions and allergies and what have you, headaches, weight loss. There's a lot of benefits that I remember, but somehow or another they drove it in the ground. They had a little trouble with it, not necessarily in the product, but the government began to come down on them, and the FDA, and so it drove it in the ground for a long time. And here, in recent years, it's come back out, and I did not cater to it because I had a lot of other good things I was learning about and doing. But my mind goes back to the time whenever I heard some good, honest testimonials about it for various and sundry ailments, even up to cancer. So I have a great respect for it because even then I remember the chemical properties or profile of the blue-green algae in that it had so many vitamins and minerals, and now we learn phytochemicals and a lot of other things that are essential to health and is strictly natural, comes out of Clean Lake and all of that, Klamath Lake up in Oregon. I knew about all of that. Now I would like for Willie Sam to refresh my memory by his experiences, or share anything you want to tell, and please include how long and how much you take, because I've attended many testimonial meetings, Sam, in Houston and otherwise, about different products, and they always tell the benefits, but they seldom ever tell how much they take and when they take it and what they take it with, and etc. So we need to know that.
Right.
Quantity is because that ties in with COST,
yeah,
or monetary cost. Now,
well,
say what you'd like to say.
Well, the good thing about blue-green algae, whenever you take it, they send you a distributor kit and give you a routine of what to take and how much every day, so you're not left on your own.
Oh.
And I did abide by this. a lot of people, a lot of time will not take that whole part because they say it's too costly, you know. But it's just $145 to get the whole initial thing, especially biotic, your enzyme, you know, and the green algae and all of that. And it starts you off like 2 enzymes. And I really don't want to go into too much of that because it is spelled out for them in the kit, and it would be taken. But I did take it according to the way they specified me to take it, you know. I didn't deviate from it at all. It starts you off pretty slow, you know, with no blue-green algae tablets at first, but just enzymes and spectrobiotics. And I did that for a couple of weeks. Then you went on the blue-green algae, and it's starts with one of them, and then they'll progress on up. But I'd like to tell you about what it done for me. I mean, that's the amazing thing to me.
Okay,
I mean,
regardless
I've
of
got
cost.
I've got a testimony, right? And I tell you what, the cost don't compare what doctor bills will be, or even the vitamins I was trying to take to help me do certain
Prior
things
to
I
that.
wanted to do right prior to this. And when I heard the take and realized what it looked like it would do, I said that's what I've been looking for. And wait, I had trouble with my back all my life, you know, and I could take just a trip, you know, somewhere and back, and I had to kind of push myself up and out of the car. And it really has straightened my back up. I mean, that's a fact that it has really straightened my back up. I can get out, go now. I got energy. And another thing I noticed, I've always had sinus trouble. Whenever I was a kid doing the
Nasal
depression,
drip.
snotty nose kid they used to call us, you know.
Yeah.
And it just stopped that. And I remember waking up after I'd been on about 2 weeks, and my sinus, you know, I couldn't breathe, you know. And I said, man, I wish my sinuses would just clear up. And it's just like I commanded my mind to do it or something. It acted like I could feel those things opening up. And I could breathe right away. And it run a little bit and stopped, and I hadn't been bothered with it too much since. But it really has helped me there. It's helped with my back, my weight, and I had a problem with Dr. Pepper soft drinks.
Okay.
I always wanted soft drinks. You remember that way?
Yeah, I remember
You told me
that.
no good for me. I ought to get off of them, and I would try. I took the green Kamut and everything else and tried, and I did it for a while, but I always had that desire to have them again. But when I got on this, I said, I won't commit to getting off the Dr. Peppers again. And I have got off of that, and I have a Vitamix, and I take fruit juice and vegetable soup and stuff like this, you know. But I lost 7 pounds the first week on it, and I'm in better health. I got more energy, and that boy of mine, you know, he used to come up to me like he wanted to box with me, you know, and I didn't feel like it. He come up to me now, and I'd shovel with him, you know, like that. And for a 63-year-old man going on 64, that's pretty good, I feel like. But I knew I had to do something because it's going to be doctor bills. My blood pressure was up. I was on the high borderline just by going into high blood pressure, and it's come down to the low end of that borderline.
The blood pressure has reduced.
So far, yeah. Down.
So you didn't take medication.
Didn't take medication, nothing.
But
just
it's come down.
It has come down.
Well, that's a tremendous testimonial, even on one of the things that you talk about. If it just took one thing, even the sinus, that's
Well,
a beautiful.
I say nothing Dr. Pepper to save them.
Yeah,
Mine
well,
so far, really.
now, speaking of cost, now we must face the cost, even though we know that, well, by contrast, if you go to the doctor or hospital, I hear stories all the time about people going to the hospital and staying overnight, cost them $1,400, $1,500,
Right.
$2,000 before they turn around. And now, even though this is costly, if you compare the real cost with the benefits that you derive, other than when you go to the hospital, sometimes you come out worse.
Right.
Consequently, you pay a tremendous amount of money and still not well and worse off, whereas this would help you be better off for much less money. So you've got to make an intelligent comparison there and break loose from that tendency to hang on to that penny or dollar or whatever.
Right. I want to mention something though, right?
What does it cost per day to be on a good program with Cell-Tech? Would you say $1.50 a day?
Yeah, probably more than that. But what I want to make plain is that the first initial cost of what kind of scares you, you know. I mean, you know, cause you had to get your distributor kit, but that's all in it, you know.
You get so many.
That comes with the program, right? But now after that first time, like the 145, then you go on the system, then you just have to replenish what you use and then whatever's good for you, and you don't have to do that $145 every month.
Is that what
It'll
you
run
think?
about $50,
Vivian just walked up. Is that the way you experienced it? You've been on it too, or you
Oh, yeah.
you approve of the product?
Yeah, and I am getting back cheaper than I was when I was on a lot of vitamins. Because this is what I take for vitamins. And I'm doing good, and my doctor says I'm doing great. And what he says is better. I was already doing good. I'm doing better. And that's my lifestyle. I'm going with it. And as far as paying $145 to get in, that is what you can go ahead and do the business if you want to, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. But that's what you have to pay for the right to get it at a wholesale price.
Okay.
And
Well,
so you're gonna make money.
well, didn't you have a blood test recently, and their blood test reflected perfect score on every point?
Yeah,
including
he said in everything, and my HDL was higher and my LDL was lower, and that is the first time that I've had an improvement in that. I've had, everything else has been good since I've been on a good lifestyle, but I believe in it.
Okay, how long have you been on, Vivian, been on the product, and how much do you take per day?
I take, see, I've been on it, I've ordered it 3 times. It's about 4 or 5 months.
How long have you been on it, Willis?
I've been going on 3 months. I started
on 3 months, okay.
Thanksgiving,
Did Vivian introduce you to it?
Yes, Vivian
Okay.
sponsored me. And
Okay, well, then have you sponsored anybody?
yes, I sponsored 4, and I got 2 prospects more now.
You got 2 more
Yeah,
prospects.
prospects, yeah.
Okay, well,
And-
do you give them your testimonial, or and do you let them
Right,
look at it?
I tell them I don't sell it, in a sense. I just tell them how good it does for me. And I give them the tapes and the video and let them look at it and tell them if they're
You got a
interested.
video? Do you have a video?
mhm.
Okay.
I tell them if they're interested, I'd be glad to tell them more about it and sponsor them. Because I know what it do for their health and what it done for my health.
Well, sure.
And right now, I'm taking, to get back to exactly how much I'm taking this time, well, I'm taking 2 of the Alpha Sun and Omega Sun morning and noon. So that's 4 tablets in the morning and 4 tablets in noon. I'm taking 2 enzymes before each meal. And I'm also taking the algae sprouts.
Yeah.
Sprouts and algae. I take a couple of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't change your lifestyle totally or completely, very, very little, except that you take this. So that speaks well for a product that can, in spite of your diet, whether it be good or poor or real good, that you have reached improvement.
Right.
Okay, I mentioned to you earlier, Willie Sam, about Dr. Sinkay's health retreat. He sent me a letter here some time back on, he was into it, and told me what it had done for him. Now, I haven't read this, I just got it yesterday. Now, may I read it, and it'll be on tape,
Okay.
and I want to read you, and so I
I'd
think...
love for you to, but I haven't read it, so I'd be
Okay,
fine.
I haven't read it, so we'll hear it because it'll be on tape, because I think what he has to say is super information. It's about a super product. Dr. Sinkay's Health Retreat, 305 Verdon Drive, Buda, Texas, 78610. And he's got a telephone number, 512-295-4256, if you're interested in going to his retreat. But he has dear health seekers and friends. I wish you a happy and beautiful, helpful New Year. I would like to encourage you to include among your New Year's resolutions, 1, to avoid the causes of disease as much as possible in your life, and to eat and live healthfully. What better way is there to start the new year than to embrace fully the principles of healthful living? You may be aware that I have become an enthusiastic supporter of a nutritional product known as Super Blue Green Algae. In the 9 months since I first became involved with SBGA, I have heard from many people who have tried it and experienced tremendous results. Super Blue Green Algae is the best nutritional insurance I know of. It is a completely natural product that is harvested wild from pristine Klamath Lake in southern Oregon. Never is it heated above 90 degrees, and hence it is a raw food. and it may be the most complete food on the planet Earth. It contains 12 vitamins and 23 minerals and trace elements, all in organic form. It has 63% protein of the highest biological value, containing 20 amino acids. It is an excellent source of essential fatty acids. It contains a non-cellulose glycogen cell wall that is completely digestible. It is a rare whole food vegetarian source of vitamin B12. It is one of the richest sources of phytochemicals, including chlorophyll, carotene, and lycopene. And it is analyzed daily to ensure that it is free of toxins and contaminants, both naturally occurring and man-made. If ever there was a nutritionally product born to go with natural hygiene, this is it. I have found super blue-green algae to be a very effective tool to achieve rapid weight loss. The method is to put the person on a diet of fresh juices and to add super blue-green algae. The juices supply the carbohydrate, and the SBGA provides the protein and trace elements, and the result is that the one fasting this way experiences abundant energy, making exercise possible, even though caloric intake is very low and fat intake is virtually nil. People lose weight as fast or faster than with water fasting, and of course it is much easier. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of conditions in which water fasting is still the best way to go. However, if weight loss is the primary goal, I have found the juice fast fortified with super blue-green algae to be superior. If you would like to try super blue-green algae, please call me at 512-295-4256 or mail me the enclosed order form with your check. Remember, it comes with 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. In appreciation for you trying it, I'm offering you one free day and night at my health retreat for yourself or anyone you designate, which is an $80 value. Please read the information sheets that follow, and do call me if you have any questions. Again, I wish you the best for 1996. Algae Experiences by Dr. Ralph Sinkay. About 125 people have begun taking super blue-green algae in response to my original letter, and many of them have begun introducing the algae to others. At this time, I would like to share some of the responses that have been reported to me from this growing group of people. First, I personally continue to experience positive health benefits myself from taking super blue-green algae. For instance, I have always had a tendency toward oily, reactive skin from the time I was an adolescent. Of course, a hygienic diet and fasting help to control it, but they do not eliminate the problem. Adding the algae to my diet has made a big difference. There's no question that my skin looks and feels better than it did before. My long-standing athlete's feet has cleared up completely. Also, I continue to remain free of canker sores no matter how much citrus fruit or pineapple I eat. And I can honestly say that there has been a definite improvement in my spirits. Worries and problems tend to bounce off of me better than before. My mind doesn't dwell on negatives so much. Friends tell me that I am less of a worrywart. I believe there is a significant nutritional boost from eating super blue-green algae that complements the rest of my hygienic diet. Here are other reports about super blue-green algae from some of my patients. A mother in Wisconsin reported a noticeable improvement in her son's hyperactivity since adding SBGA to his diet. A woman from here in Austin dropped 15 unwanted pounds rather quickly, which she attributes to taking the algae. A woman from Oregon observed a great improvement in the physical and mental health of her 90-year-old mother after giving her SBGA. Several people have reported unmistakable lessening of chronic fatigue syndrome after taking SBGA. Several people have said that they experience quieter, more comfortable digestion since they began taking algae. I and others have experienced more efficient sleep since taking SBGA, and in most cases that has meant requiring less sleep. A man from Tennessee reported that an open lesion on his scalp that had refused to heal for a long time healed completely within a few weeks after going on SBGA. Some have experienced tremendous relief from depression. It has been like an ugly cloud that has been lifted from their shoulders. I can hear it right away in their voices over the phone. And their love for life and their hopefulness about the future has been restored. Another problem that has responded to the algae has been bulimia. People who have been food obsessed have found that they just don't think about food all day long as they did before. I believe that SBGA has a stabilizing effect upon blood sugar, and the trace minerals it contains ease the constant hunger that so many people complain of. Speaking of blood sugar, one patient with type 2 diabetes had been able to lower his insulin requirement by 1.5 since he added algae to his diet. One of the most heartening things that happened is that a man in his 60s who was informed that he needed a bypass because his coronary arteries were so blocked, did a juice fast that was fortified with blue-green algae. After 2 weeks, he was carrying heavy luggage upstairs without chest pain, something he never could have done beforehand. He has every intention of avoiding surgery, fasting again in 6 months, and in the meantime eating hygienically and staying on super blue-green algae. A woman arrived with chronic fungal infection of her skin and scalp. She too went on a juice fast, and with the addition of blue-green algae, and in 12 days her skin cleared completely. There was a man who had a chronic anal fissure that healed completely in 3 weeks after he started taking the algae. There was another man with chronic mucus colitis who went into complete remission 2 months after starting algae. An elderly man with anemia is on the algae now for about 6 weeks. So far, we have seen only a slight improvement in his blood test, but nevertheless, his energy level has soared and he is functioning as a much better level than before. Of course, in my practice, SBGA is always combined with all of the elements of hygiene, including natural foods, exercise, rest, and the abstinence from bad habits. I am sure that it is the total package that does the good. But there is no doubt in my mind that super blue-green algae does enhance the hygienic diet, and it does speed results. I am seeing better, faster results now in the hygienic practice with the addition of super blue-green algae than ever before. The question has arisen whether the algae is a stimulant. I have no reason to believe that it is. I certainly don't get high from taking it. And more important, there is no letdown or crash when I don't take it. The benefits and improvements accrue over time. They are not instant drug-like effects. For instance, on days that I fast and take nothing but water, I feel just fine. I do not experience any withdrawal symptoms or any other negative symptoms. I have no headaches, no weakness, no depression. Stopping algae is like stopping coffee. It doesn't make you feel bad. In fact, if anything, fast days are easier for me since I added SBGA to my diet. That is, my food craving are less. The important thing to realize is that algae is just a food. It is not a drug, a remedy, an herb, a medicine, a tonic, a stimulant. It is simply highly nourishing food. If it were any of those other things, I would not be interested in taking it. Now, I know about Senkei, and he seems to be a totally honest man, sincere and conscientious and a great believer in nutrition, but at the same time, he has stumbled on, here's one product of all the vitamins and minerals in all the world, he stumbled on something that he wholeheartedly endorses, as he's indicated in this letter. Stop. Here's a flyer on blue-green algae that gives some of the components, I think. It's super blue-green algae, the world's oldest food. Question: why is super blue-green algae of such vital importance to our diet and health today? Answer: blue-green algae is the start of the food chain, more basic to life than even bacteria. For over 3.5 billion years, according to fossilized records, algae has dwelt in every drop of water, in every inch of soil, transforming the earth's air, sunlight of our world into living foods for bacteria, plant, and animal life. In fact, algae is directly responsible for about 80% of the world's total food supply. Today, super blue-green algae has emerged as a vital restorative link with our environment because of the increased stress in the world, with the degraded health of our agricultural soil, groundwater, and air pollution. We can go directly to the source and add some small amounts of blue-green algae into our diet. In effect, we are making an energetic reconnection to that first primordial spark of life that has helped transform sunlight into food and deadly carbon dioxide into life-giving oxygen. Super blue-green algae is not a drug or supplement. It is a wild, harvested from a pristine, nutrient-rich lake surrounded by thousands of miles of volcanic terrain and unspoiled wilderness. After harvesting, the algae is carefully screened, tested, and freeze-dried to preserve all of the essential nutrients. No artificial additives or destructive chemicals or heat processing. Literally, when you take blue-green algae, you are eating nature's oldest recipe that has existed relatively unchanged since life began. The commonly reported benefits: physical and mineral energy, mental clarity, memory and concentration, better mood and attitude, improved digestion and regulation of weight, heightened self-healing, immune response, lessening of seasonal allergies, beautiful skin, hair, and nails. Super blue-green algae's nutritional profile trace chelated minerals. According to Dr. Charles Northern, MD, in the absence, quote, in the absence of minerals, vitamins have no function. Lacking vitamins, the system referring to our body can make use of minerals, but lacking minerals, vitamins are useless. What is more, our bodies can and do create vitamins within our intestinal tract, as well as receive most vitamins from the food we eat. However, the body is unable to produce the essential minerals after missing from our diets. Super blue-green algae contains almost every known mineral, over 90 trace elements. Most important, these trace minerals are found in a natural chelated and colloidal form, which makes for easy absorption, as well as aids the body to eliminate inorganic toxic minerals. Given a choice of inorganic minerals, that is, iron, to organic chelated minerals, the body wisely prefers the superior biological forms and rejects the inorganic metallic substances often found in cheap vitamin pills. Trace minerals are absolutely vital to our health and well-being. Super blue-green algae contains as much as 60% protein in the form of amino acids. Unlike protein derived from the dead animals, which requires a lot of our bodily energy to first break down and then recreate the necessary amino acids, super blue-green algae is easily digested, offers all 10 of the essential amino acids that your body can't make. Because super blue-green algae offers all of the essential and most of the non-essential amino acids, total of 20, in a profile almost identical to that found in our body, it is called a perfect or complete food. Because of this, blue-green algae aids the assimilation and utilization of other proteins and carbohydrates. Enzymes are essential catalysts in the absorption and utilization of nutrients. Heat processing of food destroys most of the enzymes. A lot of vitamins, chlorophyll, and other biological active components. Super blue-green is a low-temperature, freeze-dried, a costly process to ensure the widest range of vital nutrients while protecting shelf life. In this way, super blue-green algae offers you greater digestion, utilization, and nutritional value in a concentrated form. Dietary vitamins are essential in small amounts to maintain life and promote normal growth. Vitamins, however, are not sources of energy, nor do they build part of the body. Vitamins, along with enzymes, help transform food into energy. Super blue-green algae contains a wide range of vitamins. For any single food, it is particularly rich in the B vitamins, especially B12, and high in beta-carotene, a precursor for vitamin A. Super blue-green is absent in vitamin D. However, if you spend brief time in the sun, vitamin D is normally produced by your skin. Super blue-green algae is the highest known source of chlorophyll. That is 200% more than alfalfa. Chlorophyll's molecular structure is nearly identical to hemoglobin, found in the blood. Hemoglobin uses oxygen and creates carbon dioxide, while chlorophyll uses carbon dioxide and creates oxygen. Chlorophyll may increase oxygen availability within your body and assist the body's rapid assimilation of amino acids. Dr. Lesser, MD, estimates that 65% of the average human body is made up of oxygen. Furthermore, chlorophyll helps normalize the intestinal tract and prevents gas. It has long been known as a powerful tonic and blood detoxifier. Lastly, beta-carotene, according to Dr. Charles Simon, author of Cancer and Nutrition, states, quote, "If I had to recommend one nutrient above any other to include in a person's low-fat, high-fiber diet to reduce the risk of cancer, it would have to be beta-carotene. In addition, the body uses beta-carotene to produce vitamin A as needed, minimizing the threat of toxic buildup."